Burger King and Wendy's are fighting for second place. Etsy is challenging Amazon without trying to become Amazon. And some of the fastest growing marketing agencies are finding ways to generate more revenue without adding more people. At first glance, those stories seem unrelated. One involves fast food, another involves e-commerce, the third involves marketing agencies, but they all point toward the same lesson.
The dealer download powered by RS&I.
Some of the most successful businesses today aren't trying to be everything to everyone. They're becoming exceptionally good at something specific. And in many cases, that's proving to be a powerful moneymaker and a competitive advantage. I'm Michael Shiverdecker, and this is the Dealer Download powered by RS&I. Burger King and Wendy's are engaged in a battle most businesses understand better than they might admit. Neither company is realistically trying to become McDonald's overnight. Instead, they're competing for position, for relevance, for a distinct place in the minds of consumers. Burger King's turnaround effort, known as Reclaim the Flame, has focused heavily on strengthening the brand's identity rather than simply copying competitors. And that's a lesson many businesses eventually learn. It's easy to become distracted by what everyone else is doing. A competitor launches a promotion, changes a strategy, or introduces a new product. Before long, businesses find themselves reacting instead of leading. The challenge is that customers rarely remember businesses because they imitate someone. They remember businesses that stand for something. A company doesn't need to dominate an entire market to succeed, but what it does need customers to understand is why it exists. The same lesson appears in another story making headlines. Ahead of Amazon Prime Day, Etsy launched a campaign encouraging shoppers to support makers, designers, and entrepreneurs. On the surface, it looked like a challenge to Amazon, but Etsy isn't trying to out-Amazon Amazon. It isn't trying to stock every product imaginable. It isn't trying to build the largest marketplace in the world. Instead, Etsy continues leaning into the things that made the platform successful in the first place. Independent creators, handmade goods, unique products, personal stories. It reminds me of something from Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, much of Carnegie's work centered around understanding people rather than trying to impress everyone. Businesses face a similar challenge. The companies that win aren't always the ones appealing to the broadest audience. They're often the ones that become deeply meaningful to a specific audience. For local dealers, that's an important distinction. You don't need every customer. You need the right customers. Maybe you're known for exceptional service. Maybe you're the fiber or wireless expert in your market. Maybe you're the dealer's customers call when nobody else can solve the problem. The important thing is that customers have a reason to remember you. When people know what makes you different, choosing becomes a lot easier. A third story caught my attention this week. According to Agency Report 2026, many marketing agencies are growing revenue while employing fewer people than they did just a few years ago. For decades, growth and headcount tended to move together. Need more output? Hire more people. Need more sales? Grow and build out a larger sales team. Need more marketing? Expand the department. Today, technology is changing that. Automation handles all of the repetitive tasks. Artificial intelligence accelerates research, writing, and content development. Customer management tools streamline processes that once consumed hours every day. A dealer with the right tools can often accomplish things that previously required a much larger team. The advantage doesn't necessarily belong to the biggest organization anymore. Increasingly, it belongs to the organization that knows how to use its resources effectively. When you step back, all three stories are telling the same story. Burger King is strengthening its identity. Etsy is embracing a niche. Agencies are finding ways to become more productive without simply adding more people. In every case, success comes from understanding what matters most and concentrating effort there. For authorized dealers, that might mean focusing on customer experience. It might mean becoming the trusted local expert for AT&T wireless or fiber internet. It might mean building stronger relationships instead of chasing every opportunity that comes along. The internet spent decades rewarding scale. The biggest websites, the largest marketplaces often won. The companies with the largest advertising budgets frequently had an advantage, but customers are navigating more options, more information, and more competing messages than ever before. And when people have more choices, they often gravitate towards businesses that understand their needs. That's good news for local dealers, because local dealers possess something large organizations often struggle to create: relationships, trust, reputation. Those things don't scale easily. And that's precisely why they remain valuable. Here's a look at your authorized dealer action plan that can really help you hone your message. First, identify one thing your business does exceptionally well and make sure customers know about it. Second, review your marketing and ask whether you're trying to appeal to everyone or to the customers most likely to buy. Third, look for one area where technology can help improve productivity without making the customer experience more complicated. And finally, number 4, focus on becoming memorable. Customers rarely remember businesses because they tried to do everything. They remember businesses because they did something particularly well. Whether it's Burger King fighting for position in the fast food market, Etsy embracing independent creators, or agencies finding growth with leaner teams, the lesson is remarkably consistent. Not every business needs to be number one. Not every business needs to be the biggest. But every business needs a reason for customers to choose them. And sometimes the battle for second place teaches us more about success than the race for first. I'm your host, Michael Shiverdecker, and this has been the Dealer Download, powered by RS&I. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone in the telecom industry. For more industry insights and opportunities involving AT&T wireless, AT&T fiber, and a growing portfolio of broadband, television, and smart home services, visit rsiinc.com. That's rsiinc.com. We'll see you next time.
The Dealer Download, powered by RS&I.